But if you want to get a lot of bit of hypertrophy, that's when you have to lift some high level of tension. And you can get hypertrophy with lower volumes and with failure. And the 40 to 80% of 1RMs reduced the rate of adaptation is slowed so much. Because I think progressive overload we put backwards sometimes. Like, I've got to put more weight on the bar to grow. No. And so I think that whole paradigm of thinking can help us to progressively overload tension, to do more force reps or something like that. So maybe increasing volume would be helpful. And in trained lifters, we see that there's a reasonably strong U-shaped relationship with volume and your proximity to failure, how you distribute volume within a microcycle, are all going to affect how well you respond to that. I've seen from some other work, connecting a lot of colleagues looked at a couple of years back. They found that MPS, our blunt measure of assessing how well we're growing muscle tissue, was not related to that MPS is also picking up muscle regeneration, which is not the same thing as you do more volume, you induce damage. Train closer to failure, you induce more damage. You do more volume in a single session, in a single bout, you induce more damage. We know that damage has to be corrected first before you get a robust hypertrophy.
Well, what's your approach to trying to grasp at the straw of doing enough work to put on, the athlete down into a pulp by taking every single set of fitting kind of this like the most robust, such low RP work that we're having to do 10, 20, 30 sets or whatever it may be. So what's your approach to determining the amount of volume to maximize muscle growth for, say, a strength athlete?
Barely more than maintenance. And those 2 points become closer and closer to ceiling because you've generated all these adaptations, pretty intense stimulus, and you're closer and closer to genetic ceiling, so the asymptote is now more steep, or less steep rather. So you can only grow at a certain rate as you get closer and closer to your max potential. Well, are they motivated to train? How much? Like, they have some days, man, I couldn't even deadlift 80%. All good questions in force production. That gives you an idea of how they are in kind of a fluctuating microcycle state. They feel recovered in strength. Something good happened, and it's progressive. Do you add volume? So you establish the structure of a mesocycle, you go through it, and at the end, I just have the athlete pass those 5.
I'm sick and tired of waiting. I'm sick and tired of waiting by the phone. Oh, I know you're home. Oh my God, Becky, look. This is that tall motherfucker saying don't eat glass, and you know what they say about a guy with big shoes, insecurities and self-esteem issues. Take a press, baby, take it, baby brother, baby take. Tell your sister, tell your mother why you're feeling this way. You've been working so hard till it's AM in the day. Got the 1, 5, 10, 20, fucking 100K.
Sets we've done within a week.
Feel right to your scenario. Train reasonably reliable results. You can kind of stay away from where the same thing goes true for a powerlifter. A 1RM squat class, which includes like your technique, intramuscular coordination and technique, all that stuff. 10 even, and it's a number of hard sets a little bit, but for the strength, lunges and squats, probably a lot. But that's only true, and that's why their programs don't work. And movement to improve. You are struggling, pushing, and you'd be better doing, tall snatches or gamble. You need to start thinking about when you're doing strength side of it, where again, as far as how much fatigue it produces, relatively, but more so absolutely. And what I mean by that, for example, yes, if you did 8 reps with 70% of 8 reps with 80% of your 1RM when you've been lifting for 2 years,